All right, go ahead and get out 2 highlighters, different colors, or you can use your pencil and red pen, and you can separate these 2 sheets of paper. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to determine if these are perimeter or area. If it's perimeter, we're going to write a P, and if it's area, we're going to write an A. So let's look at the first one. A farmer needs to buy fencing to go around his garden. The garden is 20 feet by 20 feet by 20 feet by 15 foot rectangle. How much fencing will he need? So let's look at this first because this might be something you haven't seen before. See where it has that little mark right there? That little mark is an apostrophe, and in the math world, that little mark means feet. So 20 with 1 apostrophe means 20 feet. And then if you look down at the next one, it has a quotation mark. See the 4 with the little quotation mark? The 2 marks is for inches, so that means 4 inches. Okay? All right, so let's go back to the farmer buying fencing. So we're buying fencing, and it wants to know how much fencing will he need. Well, think about fencing. Would that be perimeter or area?
Perimeter.
Perimeter. So I'm going to write a P on this problem, and then I'm going to trace around the outside of the box. That just helps me remember that I am looking for the outside edge, the perimeter. Perimeter. What is the formula to find the perimeter of a rectangle? You add all the sides. Good. Does anybody remember the formula for that? Audrey? Good. You can do 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, or you can do length plus width plus length plus width. Okay, we're not going to work this one out. We're just going to decide whether it's perimeter or area on these, okay? Let's look at the next one on the top right. Miss Thomas is buying a rectangular rug to cover the floor in her den. The room is 12 feet by 14 feet wide. So let's think about a rug. So she's putting out a rectangular rug to cover the floor in her den. Would a rug be perimeter or area? Area. So now on this problem, I'm going to write an A for area. I'm going to highlight the word rug because that helps me know that it's area. And then you can shade in lightly the area. No whistling, please. And I didn't use the green just because it would have covered up my A. You could lightly color it in with your pencil. Just something to help you remember the area is the space inside. And this is a rectangle. And what is the formula to find the area of a rectangle? Area equals what? Length times the width. Good job. And remember, if they just write A equals LW, what does it mean when they're side by side like that? It means to multiply. Good. Again, we're not working these out right now. We're just going through and determining whether they're perimeter or area. All right, let's look at the next one. We got 2 problems here with Sarah. First, we're going to look at the one on the left. Read that one to yourself. Raise your hand if you want to share whether it's perimeter or area. All right. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Everybody agree? Yes. How do you know that it's perimeter? A frame. Good. Where does a frame of a picture go? Around the outside edge. The perimeter. It's the rim, right? Okay, now let's look at the one on the right. Now Sarah is going to paint one wall in her room. Read that one to yourself. Raise your hand if you want to share with me what you think that one is. Good. What do you think? Good. What do you think? Raise your hand if you think area. Good job. It's unanimous. You know what unanimous means? Unanimous means everybody voted for the same thing. This one is area. And where is area? The space inside. She's going to paint a wall. So if you paint the wall, if you cover the whole thing, that would be area. All right. Y'all feel comfortable enough to determine the rest of them on your own? All right. Go for it. Okay, fine. All right. So let's look at the Leckworth family. They're putting tile on their bathroom floor. What'd y'all put down for that one? Think about where tile goes. Look at the tile in the hallway, the tile on the floor back here. Where does that cover? Area. It covers the whole thing, doesn't it? I think I used the wrong color on that, actually. But it's fine. You can still tell. All right. Miss Jacobs is making the quilt, and she wants ribbon around the edge. What would that be? Perimeter. Around the edge of the quilt would be like the border, which is perimeter. Let's look at the next one. So the farmer's putting down fertilizer. Where does the fertilizer go? Do y'all know what fertilizer is?
Yes.
Yes. It's like vitamins for the ground. There's a lot of different things that you can use for fertilizer, but do you put fertilizer on the perimeter or the area? Area. It covers the entire garden, and it says put down throughout his garden. That helps you know that it's going everywhere. Awesome. See, Minecraft is educational. So Mr. Barker's putting wood trim. Where does wood trim go? If you trim something, the outside edge. So like if you were to look at your windows in your house or around your doors, you might have some trim around those. We don't have trim here, but see where that gray part is around the door? That would be the trim around the door. Our windows don't have trim. But a lot of houses also have baseboards. So like the board down at the bottom of the wall where the floor and the wall meet, that's baseboard. We have that little gray plastic thing around in our classroom. That would be your baseboards. But that would be the perimeter of something. All right, let's look at the next one. Susan's creating a coffee table. What is a mosaic top? Do y'all know what mosaic means? Audrey? Very good. It's a lot of little pieces put together to make a big picture. Very good. So that's going to cover the entire top of the table, which would be what? Area. When it says cover the table, or if it asks you how many square feet or how many square inches, you'll also know that that is looking for area. All right, the next one says they want to paint their door. If you're painting your door, would that be perimeter or area? Area, good, because you're covering the door, right? Yeah, you want to cover the whole thing. All right, so she's having her family over for dinner and getting a tablecloth. So think about a tablecloth. Would that be area or perimeter? Area. And that was supposed to say how big does the tablecloth have to be. But that would be area. All right, so the next one is talking about the distance around a soccer field. Around a soccer field, what would... Perimeter. Around means perimeter. All right, we have 4 more. All right, so construction company is redoing or building their storage shed, and they want to figure out what the size of the floor is going to be in square feet. When they ask for square feet, you know that is what? Area. Area is always squared. All right, the next one They want to put a fence around a doghouse. What would that be? Perimeter. And they're making a chocolate cake, and she wants to put a green icing border around the cake. What would that be?
Perimeter.
Perimeter. And the last one, they're getting a curtain. So think about a curtain. Would that be area or perimeter? Area. But do you see where you made your mistakes now? Does that help? Because a lot of times they're not going to tell you find the area or find the perimeter. You've got to know which one you've got to be looking for. So that's why we did that as some practice.